All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a human mirror match here on Autumn Leaves between Leon and HawK. On the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have Leon. Well, yep, adjusting my camera. Leon spawning as the teal human player. Meanwhile, on the top right-hand side of the map, we have HawK spawning as the pink human player. Pink versus teal, aqua. I'm sure my girls will correct me on the color later if they try and watch this replay. But then again, they probably hear enough of me talking, and yeah. Anyways, just a lot going on in my life recently, but I'm glad I'm still able to put on a smile, realizing that, you know, that, like, you realize things are gonna be okay. Things are gonna be okay. Wife decided to scare me a little. No confirmation yet, but she was like, I'm not feeling good. My stomach hasn't been feeling well. And now the smell of onions, like, just really, really aggravates me. And I look at her and, like, she's like, no, it's not that. I'm sure it's not that. Is it that? It's not that. So, yeah, it's probably not that. We took measures, but yeah. Anyways, probably TMI. If you see, Warren, yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if it's TMI. I feel like part of this is also my daily journal, sharing things that's going on in my life. I'll be able to watch these replays. I'm like, oh, I remember when that happened. Oh yeah, I remember when the kitchen sink faucet randomly broke and you had to go fix it in the middle of the night. All of these things happened recently, so a little bit therapeutic, I believe. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for my cast, or watching this cast, and bearing with me with my ramble, because, well, it's been tough. It's been a tough 2 weeks. Or it's been a tough season. Let's say that. Coming back around, Archmage, I'm going to go ahead and drop a water elemental, bring in Militia, and then snare onto a Militia there. If you guys are wondering how to improve your creep patterns, it's really tough. You really do need to bring an additional Militia into these fights. You don't want the water elemental to get ensnared, even though he's able to engage at range, because you want exactly this. You want him to be down to 2-3 hit points. You want him to absorb a lot of damage, and then have that just completely go away. That's what you're trying to go for here. Archmage who's going to get the last hit? Oh, Archmage gets level 2, picks up a Ring of Protection +4. Militia now being called back there. So yeah. That little bit of brilliance or a difference. Claws of Attack +5, better for HawK. Ring of Protection +4, obviously not as good, as you don't want your Archmage to be taking damage. And later on in the game, where Stormbolt becomes a much bigger factor, that Ring of Protection, well, the Rings of Protection, they do nothing, as the Forest Troll Trapper gets cleared out there. Can't believe in all of my decade, in over 15 years of casting WarCraft 3, I never made that reference. They do nothing. Well, there's 2 of them now, so they do actually look like goggles. Coming back around, Archmage going to drop a water elemental there. Archmage coming back here, Claws of Attack +5 with now a Cloak of Shadows. That water elemental is pretty much free experience for HawK if HawK goes for it. No, does not go for it. You're going to see the Forest Troll Trapper who gets the last hit there. I believe this Archmage still gets it. Trying to get all of the items, trying to get that little bit of damage, and going to go ahead and pick it up, get to level 3, picks up Tome of Utility, has Cloak of Shadows, and can now actually hide if he wants to. Beautiful deny by Leon right at that last moment there, since the Archmage was closer. All right, both sides still fighting their way through. This Footman has to be very careful. He's retreating back into the enemy hands here. Low hit point Footman trying to retreat back. Who's going to get the last hit? Leon gets another beautiful deny there as the Peasants now slowly make their way through. All right, Archmage going to go after Archmage. Level 3 versus level 2. Rings of Protection +8 versus Claws of Attack +5. And HawK, well, is off to retreat. Water Elemental getting a quick kill there. Footman looking to engage. Are they going to be able to get some damage onto that passing Footman there? Footman down to 126 damage, as it looks like he'll be able to retreat back. Leon and HawK, well, remember, there was a change in the patch where Boots of Speed, there would actually be 2 Boots of Speed sold at the Goblin Merchant Shop. And so this would never happen in many years ago, where you'd actually have 2 Archmages with Boots of Speed chasing each other through the map. HawK Oh, could be in trouble here. Leon finding the weakest link. Gonna go ahead and try and take down this arcane vault. Some additional units could be making their way through. Peasants are gonna be trying to repair. And this is important. Archmage and a bunch of these low hit point footmen could end up getting taken down. 1 or 2 more attacks. 1 more attack. Yeah, that footman gets taken out. And now the footman going after this arcane vault here. A new water elemental could be summoned up. It will be summoned up. And now HawK does not have access to any healing. Dual arcane towers in the pack, though, should protect from any real damage here, as these low hit point footmen, but more importantly, the low hit point archmage is going to have a tough time. Archmage comes running on in. What is going on here? Drops a water elemental. Archmage going to go ahead and get a couple of quick attacks. 78 and 79 hit points onto that archmage, who is now shadow melded, as the footmen are trying to, well, hold in that position there. All right, there goes one footman down. Double water elementals. We're looking at that footman trying to retreat back here. No reveal going on, as the footmen are trying to fight in the very far back here. One footman now down, and now going after some additional units here. Low hit point footman going to go ahead and retreat back out. A little bit of lag there, as both sides still fighting through. All right, Archmage exchanging blows again. Dual level 3 now onto the Archmage of HawK. That is incredibly important. Cloak of Shadows working its magic once more, as they're trying to take down some of these peasants again. All right, Mountain King is going to be popping on out here, and this could be a problem for Leon if Leon is not ready for it. If HawK times this right, he can get some damage onto that Archmage. Mountain King pops out and then causes problems, gets a Stormbolt, but nope, does decide to back away in time. All right, couple of low hit point footmen out across the map. Only, 160 hit points between the two of them. And now, well, this footman down to 29 hit points, going to try and retreat here. Where's this Archmage going? Archmage going to go ahead and try and double back around through all of this. Meanwhile, Mountain King is getting trained up here. All right, suddenly Stormbolt does find the back of the Archmage. Units are going to be falling back once more. Going to try to exchange some blows. The Arcane Vault was rebuilt back behind there, as we're going to see a footman getting taken down there. There's another follow-up Stormbolt. Leon's Archmage, well, being forced to retreat back out. Mountain King does not have the boots of speed, still on the Archmage here, as the Archmage exchanging blows. No, finds HawK again, and now going to go ahead and exchange blows once more. Mountain King may try to get a Stormbolt off. Is he going to try and retreat away? Mountain King unable to get the Stormbolt. What is he doing? Leon losing control of his Archmage, may be forced to use the Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away, down to 73 hit points, and now is just off to the races, trying to retreat back, losing control of that Archmage, and then double backing around occasionally, or perhaps suspecting that HawK was going to try and double back around here. Archmage exchanging blows. You can see the dual rings of protection +4, perhaps actually working a little bit of magic here, as the Mountain King. Oh, are we going to see a little bit of a trap in waiting? No, we are not. Leon, yes, was doing so incredibly well, and then nearly giving up the game. But by having this water elemental here, what he's really doing is disrupting this Mountain King's EXP by just delaying it. And, well, now that he gave him a water elemental, kind of washes that away. Meanwhile, we're looking at the Archmage still engaging here. Archmage sitting at level, well, down to 79, 80 hit points. Priest now are being brought over, and Priest really should be doing a lot of the healing here, as the Forest Troll Warlord will get taken out. Mana Stone picked up. Priest are going to naturally heal up that Archmage very, very quickly, as we could be looking at a Town Hall fast expansion now. Speed build. All right, so we are looking at a deviation in tech, dual arcane sanctums with a single barracks going up against castle, single barracks here, and a blacksmith. So we could be transitioning into very fast knights. All right, looking at this engagement, there goes another Forest Troll High Priest. Mountain King sitting at level 1, Mountain King sitting at level 2. And, well, they are going to be getting ready to engage here. Mountain King going to come across, perhaps get a Thunderclap. No, Stormbolt straight up onto a footman, as a low hit point. Well, low hit point footman already gets taken out. Both sides fighting. 42 supply compared to 36. Gonna find perhaps Stormbolt to that Priest. One more shot. Yes, gets it taken down, as this Archmage and Footman Mountain King combination cannot really stick around in this fight. This is actually in a very tough spot for him. Mountain King gets up to level 2. There's a quick Dispel magic. HawK's Water Elemental going to easily get taken down. There's level 4 now on the Archmage, and now HawK is in trouble again. Mountain King does have the boots of speed here. Would have been able to chase down that Archmage. Town Hall is up and operational, nearly going to get fully saturated soon, as the Archmage of Leon, and, well, just going to continue to go after Enraged Wild, can it go after more creep camps and look to get a level advantage. Paladin, the third and final hero for HawK, now out on the battlefield. No Staff of Sanctuary, however, amongst the 3 heroes. One of the things that, well, you should always have once you tech to tier 3, train up that Paladin, get that Staff of Sanctuary, and perhaps also get some Knights. Alright, that Enraged Wildkin about to get taken down. There it goes. Mountain King picks up Rune Bracers and also gets to level 3. Level 4 Archmage, level 3 Mountain King, going up against a 3-2-1 Archmage, MK, and Paladin, as they're, well, making moves and trying to get in position. There's a Stormbolt onto a Knight there. The Mountain King should be trying to get into the front of that Knight there, perhaps get into a little bit of padding issues, and look at that little bit of a dance. That Knight, that horse, not sure how to handle that dance, just completely mystified, couldn't look away, and ends up getting destroyed. Meanwhile, Archmage coming back across here with a couple of priests, going to take down some of those peasants. But you know what I say, if you're going to go ahead and if you're going to force a base race, well, the person who has more bases generally wins out. All right, coming across here, there's a Stormbolt straight up onto a priest. One priest now down. Mountain King continuing to engage, going after the priest. The priest are the weakest link. They are the thing that, well, glues this army together. Both sides still fighting, as we're seeing a couple of sorceresses slow come across. Archmage could be in trouble. Archmage taking quite a bit of damage. Mountain King, there's a Holy Light there. Mountain King, it looks like it will finish off the Archmage. No, Cloak of Shadows comes off in time, as we're now still looking at more engaging here. All right, couple of, well, bashes trying to finish off some units. Holy Light trying to save things off. Archmage comes back across again. Where is the level 3 Mountain King? Level 3 Mountain King, is it going to go after that Knight? No, it is not. There's a Staff of Sanctuary for the save, as the units are trying to pull back inside. Paladin not going to be nearly as lucky. Paladin going to fall at level 1, and down it goes. Perhaps going to try to finish off some additional units. There goes another priest again, as HawK and Leon are still battling it out. There is another Stormbolt on to a Knight here. Is it going to end up getting taken out, as the Mountain King now sits at level 3? Now, no Moonstone. Oh, no, excuse me. Moonstone still available on Leon, and there's a Stormbolt right there. That was that situation where if you are not aware, oh, Archmage comes across with the Cloak of Shadows again. But yeah, using that Moonstone, knowing that, wait a second, if... are we going to get a reveal? Going to the laboratory, perhaps there's a little bit more damage again, trying to go after. HawK is trying to open things up, trying to finish off some more of those units. There's a reveal. Oh, beautiful. Was that a Staff of Sanctuary? Yes, a Staff of Sanctuary on the reveal right there. Now going to get taken down. Archmage able to regenerate some hit points off in the back. There's level 4 now on the Archmage. Archmage is still completely stunned out of this battle, but still providing Brilliance Aura for HawK. HawK, both sides still fighting their way through. Peasants perhaps need to get another call to arms, and I believe Leon's going to be running out of gas in this fight here. Leon's 43 supply compared to 44. HawK is Archmage already back in the battle here, as we're looking at a potential surround. Paladin falls at level 1, and now we're looking at the Cloak of Shadows now being transferred to Leon. So Archmage transferring that Cloak of Shadows, saying, I too can hide in plain sight with a Cloak of Shadows and live to fight another day. Tech to tier 3 has begun for Leon. We see a low hit point Spellbreaker there. We are looking at one single Staff of Sanctuary for HawK at this point, needing a little bit of time for that Arcane Vault to, well, replace it. Meanwhile, Archmage picks up a Tome of Retraining. Mountain King is the one with the Scroll of Town Portal. And Archmage perhaps going to venture forth with Blizzard, and perhaps try and Blizzard things down. The economic advantage of Leon here, as the level 1 Paladin now on its way out. All right, Archmage already retrained. Let's go. Let's see what's off to the side here. There's a bunch of peasants off to the side. There goes a quick Stormbolt. Are we going to see Blizzard? Yes, Blizzard now raining down straight up onto all of these peasants. But Archmage is still straight up under the duress of the Arcane Tower, pretty much out of mana already. Trying to finish things off here. Sorceresses, well, Arcane Tower, a little bit of bonus damage here. Archmage going to be trying to push on through. If the Archmage had the Cloak of Shadows, that would be absolutely hilarious, because that would have blocked the two knights from being able to get in. Tactical retreat in order to get away, and well, now retreating back home. All right, perhaps an Arcane Vault, a Scout Tower, something here to act as a bit of defense is necessary. Archmage needs to visit the shop here on the southern side. Meanwhile, HawK's army already coming across. Leon has the economic advantage, sitting on 1,500 gold, and is now going into, well, Castle could be going into Griffins as, well, HawK now sitting at 51 supply. I'm sorry, Leon sitting on the economic advantage. All right, units trying to retreat all the way back. Mountain King, Archmage now, well, venturing forth. And, well, when I say when you're going to be doing a base race, generally the person with more bases wins, but that only happens if you're actually engaging. Mountain King has not truly engaged yet. Archmage has not truly engaged yet, just taking so much time to finally get there. Spellbreakers, well, meeting and greeting all of these units. Now, no mining happening as this town hall about to get taken down. All right, so 0 bases mining versus 1. I guess that's one way to look at it, as HawK could be in trouble here. More, well, peasants just going to get cleaned up as a blizzard now raining down, taking down all of these peasants here. Mountain King getting up to level 4. There goes more workers. Only 4 workers left for HawK, and they are hidden off to the side here. All right, perhaps trying to take down some of the key tech buildings, perhaps going after the castle, as this could turn into a base race scenario. Oh, we are at Castle, but we do not have any training of any Griffins. We're actually, well, actually 1 Griffin, but 1 Griffin's perhaps not going to be enough, as we're still looking at the units both sides fighting. All right, Blizzard now raining down, perhaps trying to take down multiple buildings here. Archmage sitting at level 4, as we're looking at 48 supply compared to 44. Scroll of Town Portal going to go ahead and go to tactical retreat back out, and, well, one good Scroll of Town Portal deserves another. Who comes out on top? Only a handful of workers left. More peasants now need to be trained. Lumber could be an issue, as timing is going to be a problem. Peasants going to go ahead and jump inside that gold mine again. 2,700 gold left in the main gold mines here, as we're looking to, well, chase down again. How much gold was mined? 95 compared to the starting 12. Of 2,500 gold mined out of that expansion. So a slight lead for Leon, as he's able to rebuild a little bit faster, even though he only currently has 9. Well, he only has 9 workers as well. All right, we're going to see an exchange here. Stormbolt trying to just find things, going straight after. Griffin does show up, taking a little bit of damage, taking quite a lot of damage, though. Has to be careful, as we're going to look at that water elemental pretty much get cleaned up. We're having the Griffin now looking to push, perhaps put pressure somewhere, and perhaps go down onto the Mountain King. Mountain King does have an Orb of Fire, able to get some big damage onto that Griffin Rider, as the Archmage is now being forced to retreat back. Archmage still sitting at level 4 after all this time, hasn't been able to get to level 5, which would open things up a bit more. All right, only 2 Griffins here, but the Mountain King now having that Orb of Fire and being able to attack up is such a big difference. Mountain King, Stormbolt finding the Sorceress. Sorceress gets invisible instead. The Knights are chasing down units. Griffins are here, ready to engage. There is a Thunderclap, and, well, there goes one Sorceress. What are these Sorceresses of Leon doing? They're trying to run back in off to the side. Stormbolt finding again. Are we going to see another attack? There's another invisibility again onto these low hit point Griffins, as the Griffins are trying to retreat away. All right, this long retreat by Leon is opening up damage for HawK. He's sitting at 46 supply compared to 48. Leon, however, still has that gold advantage and could train up a bit more. No Staff of Sanctuary for Leon. Meanwhile, 2 Staff of Sanctuaries for HawK to try and, well, buy time, as the Archmage is going to use a Scroll of Regeneration, get some invisibility going, and perhaps try and line things up. All right. Beautiful sight onto the army here. Arcane Vault could get focused down pretty quickly. Are they going to be able to divide and conquer this? That is the real true question. Archmage and Mountain King saying, you know what, army, I'll let you handle things back at home, as well, the arcane, well, the priest and just everything is just trying to engage her. That priest is just standing in a funky spot, making it difficult as the units are trying to retreat back here. All right, Archmage, Mountain King, well, invisible amongst all of these units. There's a Thunderclap, there's a Blizzard, and Mountain King is going to be able to take down, with the Archmage, perhaps a handful of these peasants again. All right, Archmage turns back around, going to go ahead and blizzard down, perhaps try and take down the castle, as we still see a fight amongst all of these units here. Knight now having a little bit of trouble trying to figure out where to go. That Knight's going to get cleaned up as we see a Stormbolt go down onto a Griffin Rider. Is that Griffin Rider going to get invisibled? No, he is not. He's just trying to get away as quickly as possible. We see a little bit of slow off to the north here as more blizzard now raining down. There's a Stormbolt, or is that a bash? Actually, I believe that was a bash stopping that blizzard there. Mountain King going to go ahead and Stormbolt. There's some more raining down damage, trying to prevent any repairs. And we're still seeing a bit of damage. There's another bash coming across. More blizzard. Griffins coming back across. The HawK's castle about to get taken down. And that's really going to set things back as, well, Scroll of Town Portal, Tactical Retreat. Are we going to see some damage onto that castle? Castle down to 33 hit points. And ends up surviving. The Scroll of Town Portal just perhaps a little bit too early, as the lone Griffin hiding amongst the forest, amongst the trees here, to try and stay alive. All right, main mining left onto the main base. Not very much left, only about 40 seconds here. Meanwhile, still plenty of mining for HawK. 3.5 minutes. A little bit more than 3 minutes off to the north. Arcane or Scout Tower is now being placed down. Perhaps Arcane Sentry could be used as well to get in some feedback on any invisible heroes that try and, well, make their way forward. We've seen it in the past. Perhaps we will see it again. Griffins easily cleaning up some of these early green and orange creep camps, as I believe there's still creeps here. Yeah, there's still creeps here. That is going to be a difficult location to try and clear out. A little bit of a reset mode, but the problem is, well, Leon doesn't have any gold to mine. Sitting at 55 over 58 supply now, training up another Griffin here, training up a Paladin as the third and final hero. And perhaps the armies are going to make their way out together and perhaps try and clear up some more of these final creep camps. Archmage sitting at level 5 does still have Blizzard. So remember, Blizzard without water elementals, it's very difficult to try and tank any of this damage. The Griffins are going to go after some of these units. Mountain King could get very close to level 5, if not get to level 5 there, sitting at 4.7, probably going to stop at like a 4.8. No, not even get to 4.8. All right, long distance mining. There's a reveal there. Arcane Sentry was in fact researched. Triple Arcane Towers. No more of that strategy, as the Dire Frostwolf is going to get burst down very quickly. Mountain King going after the other Dire Frostwolf here. Should be able to get to level 5 pretty fast. That Granite Golem, however, is immune to magic, as we see a quick invisibility there. All right, Mountain King, Sorceress, both sides. Thunderclap trying to slow things down. Potion of Invulnerability used on the Mountain King. Perhaps he thought that the Stormbolt was going down onto him instead of the Sorceress behind him, triggering that little bit of a click right there. Granite Golem now left over for HawK. That's going to be an easy clear. And what is the item going to be dropped? Mountain King already has Claws of Attack +8, adding in Warsong Battle Drums for +7% damage. All right. Arcane Sanctum needing to be cleared out. A little bit of Sim City issues right there. Meanwhile, Archmage going to make its way over, perhaps drop some more water elementals and attempt to clear out this creep camp. This is a large number of Griffins. This should be very easy to go up against all of these knights here. The Mountain King has the Orb of Fire. The Paladin does not. So between the water elementals, which can be dispelled, Archmage and Mountain King, those are the only targets that can really go after these Griffin Riders in the air. All right, we're going to see some quick damage onto this here. Paladin gets up to level 2. We are still not looking at any Staff of Sanctuaries by Leon, as the Paladin still stays at level 2, adding in more Griffins again. 49 supply, but HawK now sitting on 1,200 bank gold, as we're going to be looking at an engagement here. Perhaps go straight after the water elementals, or going after some of those other units. You see a Stormbolt right there, and, well, trying to finish things off, trying to get in some more Dispel magic, as we're seeing some magic damage go down across. All right, one water elemental down. Mountain King gets up to level 5 for Leon, but is he going to end up surviving? No, he is not. He ends up falling. That earlier potion of invulnerability used well, should have been used there. Leon still, well, bringing down a Blizzard to try and slow things down. We're looking at a tactical retreat here. Leon with the Scroll of Town Portal being forced to fall back and will be retreating back out. Leon 57 supply compared to 45. More gold still being mined out, but well, you saw that gold mine fall right there as HawK now transitioning into a workshop for perhaps some flying machines. Leon is trying to go for the killing blow. Meanwhile, HawK well, needs as much lumber as he can if he's going to really go for the strategy, speed building these workshops to help deal with these griffins. Mountain King not getting resurrected unless it's going to be at a tavern. But I don't believe Leon has enough gold. That is going to be the name of the game here. Not having enough gold, and Leon could end up falling apart to HawK, as HawK is getting a good amount of lumber and now trying to go after these towers here. All right, Paladin of HawK sitting at level 4. Mountain King, are we going to see some Arcane Tower there? Arcane Tower hitting that Paladin, trying to remove some of that precious mana. Paladin trying to back away, says, you know what, I'm not going to get out of range. Let's go ahead and just destroy this tower here. All right, diving on inside. Interestingly enough, the Knights could actually perhaps try and position themselves to prevent the army from coming back in. Mountain King is looking to get resurrected down to, but the Arcane Altar of Kings down to 400 hit points, and it looks like it will get cleaned up. Blizzard now raining down onto these units, but no, it's going to be a cancellation there as the Griffins are now looking to engage. All right, no Knights inside of this base. There's a couple Spellbreakers, and the Griffins are just going after all of these units. Scroll of Town Portal, are we perhaps going to... No Stormbolt possible as the Mountain King is out. Paladin is at level 3 now, and the Griffins are just trying to find the targets, perhaps to do some lasting damage. 50 supply compared to 49. Well, are we training up more units? I knew that Leon had gold to resurrect a level 5 Mountain King. Perhaps he bought some more items? No, he didn't buy anything there. And now Leon not being able to resurrect that Mountain King is going to be a tragedy. Paladin looking to perhaps resurrect the Mountain King at the tavern needs a little bit more gold, but there's no more items available. Long distance mining, perhaps getting that last bit of gold needed to get that Mountain King. Yeah, all of the items are just pretty much gone right now. Inner Fire now on to these units again. Archmage now perhaps going to try to make its way over. Paladin is out right here. Are we going to see a resurrection? 612 gold, still not enough for the resurrection here. Archmage heads off to the north. The gold mine is now gone. Flying machines are going to get trained up. Is this going to buy enough time? That is the true question, as the flying machines are going to give sight. Stormbolt onto the Archmage, and the sudden tech swap into flying machines, not what was expected. Archmage going to be in trouble, gets taken out, and I believe that is going to be the game. A big slip and fall accident by Leon, who had such a commanding lead throughout the game there, playing some annoying harass tactics, suddenly just getting detection with arcane sentry on those towers, and also those flying machines, shuts down and ultimately kills the Archmage and Leon's chances of winning. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.